Iran has all that it needs to achieve a nuclear weapon. All they need is a decision from the supreme leader to do that. And it would take a couple of weeks to complete the production of that weapon, which would of course pose an existential threat, not just to Israel, but to the United States and to the entire world. And that is something that the entire world, including countries like Russia, is in agreement with, that Iran should not and cannot obtain a nuclear weapon. And that's why the president believes that, and he's believed that, again, not just his political career, but frankly, his entire life.
So it
Michael.
sounds like it's the former, just to be clear.
Correct.
They have the components. Okay,
Correct.
Thank you.
Donald Trump's press secretary is preaching sweet nothings to the base again from the podium.
President Trump, who just got done wrestling a great white shark to submission while on a stand-up paddleboard, while celebrating the first day of summer. It is, even though school's out for summer, we are still somehow schooling the world on how to do world leadership. Take notes, everyone. This is how you lead through peace, through strength. You have the best military in the world, check. Then you cause monumental damage to a country that's radical and trying to blow up the entire world with their nuclear facilities, but not under President Trump's watch. We are safe under his beautiful, inexplicable instincts of not only business acumen, but to protect the world as our commander-in-chief and our deal-maker-in-chief.
What is the likelihood of Iran retaliating with sleeper cell agents?
Sleeper cells, that is not fake news. The reason why we would even have sleeper cell agents in this country to commit terror attacks on our own soil is because of who? Sleepy Joe Biden and Barack Hussein Obama, when they stole the election, the Democrats committed election fraud in 2020. We're looking into that, obviously. But when they committed all those crimes, they commissioned a bunch of artists, one like Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak and Silk Sonic. What do you remember that song, Leave the Door Open? What do you think that was talking to?
So who does the resistance send in on TikTok? Lysandra Vasquez, the ire of Levitt, who continues mocking her and her approach.
Trust in President Trump. President Trump has incredible instincts, and President Trump kept America and the world safe in his first term as president in implementing a peace through strength foreign policy agenda. And with respect to Iran, nobody should be surprised by the president's position that Iran absolutely cannot obtain a nuclear weapon. He's been unequivocally clear about this for decades, not just as president, not just as a presidential candidate, but also as a private citizen. That's why he was adamantly opposed to the disastrous Iranian nuclear agreement that was implemented by President Obama. And it's why he has given great latitude and given a lot of effort to achieving a diplomatic solution.
Ah, yes, the anti-war president wants a diplomatic solution to get us into another war on behalf of a foreign nation who buys members of Congress. Thank you so much, Mr. President.
President Trump, who just got done bench pressing an 18-wheeler from McDonald's. They delivered some special rewards for us having a successful strike against Iran last night, so President Trump went to the Oval Office to celebrate with his 2 McGriddles and 3 Diet Cokes before calling Benjamin Netanyahu and being like, hey bro, we did it. Peace through strength is how President Donald J. Trump is going to lead this country and keep Americans safe, which is exactly what he's doing by attacking these nuclear facilities. And he doesn't want to, he has to. And that's how President Donald J. Trump wants peace now. Today is a day for peace. Yesterday was a day for making sure that we took care of business. And Iran, you've got 30 minutes, okay, to give us everything we want. Otherwise, we will come down on you with the full strength of the American military. And my God, you guys are chomping at the bit. Caitlin, you're drooling. Get to questions, sure.
What happened to the 2 weeks of diplomacy that President Trump wanted to have with Iran?
Washington Post. 2 weeks is a concept. You're stupid. You think we were being literal by telling you the exact timeline? What kind of dummies are you? Do you think that President Donald J. Trump, the genius that he is, our commander-in-chief, our deal-maker-in-chief, is gonna sit here and tell you exactly what we're gonna do? No, then the enemy's gonna know what we're doing. You're dumb. What are you even talking about?
All jokes aside, this is how she comes off, and her demeanor in these briefings is rather accurate. She is unfit and unqualified. Thus, Caroline Leavitt remains perfect for the current administration.
One of the great things that makes President Trump a great leader is his ability to listen to people with different perspectives, but then ultimately make a decision based on his own instinct and the intelligence that he saw. And he saw, based on U.S. intelligence, that Iran is just weeks away from obtaining a nuclear weapon.
His own intelligence says otherwise. But nonetheless, I have one question on the line of he listens to different perspectives. Since when exactly, Caroline? This is one of the most selfish, egotistical men this country has ever seen running it. A man who sees dissent from his own party, and y'all call for them to be primaried, a rhino, or demand they be removed. I mean, this is insane to say.
President Trump would just easily walk the tightrope that he set up between the North and South flagpole on the White House lawn, the big, beautiful flagpoles. He's doing that in the same way that he can balance the world, the weight of the American people's shoulders, also the economy. But everyone is looking to President Donald J. Trump to lead us. Iran is the most existential threat, the radical government there who has a nuclear weapon that they are just sitting there like Santa's workshop. They're working on assembling that nuclear weapon, and they are a threat to not just us, the entire world. Anyone who says that they do not have a nuclear weapon is absolutely wrong. Tulsi Gabbard. If you're gonna bet on anything, President Trump is the one that you should bet on. His instincts are unmatched. He kept us safe and left us with the best economy that we've ever seen on his first term, which is why we need to trust in President Donald J. Trump, who has successfully run casinos. He's a world-renowned businessman, star of Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, best-selling author, Art of the Deal. And he also gave me a little bit of advice. I don't do much gambling, but if I do, I love a roulette table. And he told me always bet on red, never black. America first. Sure.
Through this new bill, 250 million acres of protected land could be up for sale.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for bringing that up. The one big, beautiful bill does have protections for people to be able to purchase land. The public lands that have been wasted over the years, much like the space between Caitlin's ears is wasted. National parks, they don't need that much space for the animals, guys.
Good stuff as always. In conclusion from the comedian.
This is one of the arguments that I get all the time in comments about the cross that I do for my Caroline Levitt sketches. They either say, if she were Muslim, you wouldn't be doing this. You're mocking the cross. Babe, I'm mocking her. I am mocking her character and her poisonous rhetoric. What Christian values does she actually show up with? I believe you should have whatever connection to the divine that you wish to have, no matter where that is. Even if you choose to not have a belief in something higher than ourselves, cool, good for you. And I have the utmost respect for anybody who chooses to believe in whatever religion that they want to believe, because largely, I do feel like people have religious beliefs because they want to make themselves better and they want to do good in the world. However, the radicalized folks, like Caroline Levitt, use it as a tool for control and as a way to manipulate things to get whatever they want, which is why I wear a ridiculous cross every day, to serve as a mirror and a reminder of her hypocrisy for not actually modeling Christian values and instead being a dangerous mouthpiece to Christian nationalism. So with all due respect, I'm going to continue to hold up a mirror to their corruption. And if you're offended, I invite you to go like this.
Just a quick shout out to Lysandra Vasquez. Please do follow her on all social platforms. We'll leave a link in the description box below. She's doing fantastic work. And there are some theories out there that she is starting to get to Caroline Levitt. If so, kudos. This is a way of fighting back at fascism head on by making them uncomfortable, by making fun of them. There's a certain line that I have, and this certainly does not cross it. This is good trouble. This is a way of trying to say, hey, these are terrible people who are trying to ruin your life. Point and laugh at them. Let me show you how hypocritical they are. Let me show you the dumbfounding statements that they make. Let me show you how their approach is completely flawed. So Congratulations, by the way, to Lysandra on building her platform. She deserves it. I saw you, by the way, at the No Kings protest with Good Trouble, another fantastic creator on TikTok. So check them both out. They are awesome.